Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode in this year's series of our December Daily or December Memory Keeping System. This was our first day. We did this little clear cover and first page in our December Daily, which is a pocket, and we are going to continue today. Now you see that the holes are here, so it is top loading or top ringed, which makes it different when you are flipping your pages to remember to check for orientation. So let's put that right there and look at what I want to do for today. So we are doing 4x6 pages and we're rounding them up. You don't have to, but I also want to make this one a semi shaker. So what I've done is I've also cut a 4x6 Duralar, and I am going to use a die to cut a hole in here. You do not have to do this. If you don't have a die cutting machine, don't. And for instance, you've got several options. You could trace a glue bottle, something a little larger than a glue bottle, like your spray bottle, and you could trace it with a lightly with a pencil and use your craft blade to trim that out and just to create a hole in there. You could also use a Cricut or a Cameo if you have something like that. So here's what I have, and I'm going to put that kind of off center, and then I'm going to tape this down with my yellow tape and cut that through. And I'm going to save this because it's beautiful. It's stitched now. Okay, now for my background, I'm going to use this. This is the candy cane stripe. It is so pretty. Before I go gluing anything, I guess I can glue this to this, but first I want to get my corners rounded, and while we're doing that, we'll talk. Oops, I don't need to do these two. That's right. I will wait because we are going to trim that down just a little bit. So this is 6 right now. I'm going to trim off. So now I know that I can go ahead and round those corners. Now, if you want, just cut it to 5 7/8 instead of 6 for the front of your pocket. Now, here's the question. So when this gets flipped up, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and have this the front. I'm going to glue this solidly to that. Now, it's not going to shake super well. There are so many ways to make a shaker. This is just one way, and this is not so much of a shaker in that it's not going to shake. Now, this is Tonic Studios perfect. Now that I have that, I want to go ahead and get a thumb notch. I am not being particular about how I do that. Before I punch those holes, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of sequins on there. And these are left over from a pack I had from Dress My Craft that were kind of Christmas themed. So just get those right there. And the reason I said it's not going to shake that well is because normally on a shaker, I would raise up the next layer like this instead of pushing it all the way down. But I'm not going to do that this time. And I just had a thought. I have printed out all these words that I have. I wonder if I can fit a little piece of this in there. It's easy to make your own sheet of these fun statements or sentiments. Push all of my pieces in there. I'm not worried about that one. Okay, now I want to put a really nice clean edge all around that window so my goodies don't escape. And I wasn't thinking through it very clearly. I was thinking this was going to be the back, but it's not, as you will see, because this, I have to trim this down. So I flubbed, and I have to fix that because I can't have those shaky bits. They have to be protected. So I goofered. Okay, now we have the front. So now that I have that, I want to put something on the front, and I have this really fun. This is from the ephemera bits that came in the kit, and looky, it just helps to frame that so nicely. Now I do need a card to go back to be the other side of the pocket. Before I do that, I'm wondering, I think I'm going to add this. The other thing I did off camera last time is I did add glitter to those two snowflakes, and I love that look there. And this is also, these stars are also part of the ephemera. And I will probably have to go and add either glitter, maybe some gold glitter, we'll see. Okay, now I need to pick a backside to this. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I really like the backside. So let me trim this down. So you will notice this does not have any particular orientation. So what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and do the 6, and then I can cut 2 4s out of that. Now I have 2 pages, and I have this strip left over. So all I need to do is get our little corner trimmy. Okay, and now I can put that together. So it's whatever you desire. You might like the darker blue. I like this for the next side. And now all I have to do is the outside here. And put that down there. Now this is a really thick pocket this time. Now I'm going to put this down there. But I realize that because of the all the confetti in here, that this part over here is not going to be flattened by that. So I'll just leave that up there. And now what we need to do is look for whatever numbers we want. These are the numbers left over from other previous years. So I have to go with what I have. So I need 2 and 3. And I'm looking at this, and it looks to me like all I have is white. And I had really hoped that I had some colors left. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the 2-hole punch out. Okay, so let's assemble so we know what we're doing. So this is the way it's going to go. So this is what needs to go in there. There we go. Perfect. And now if I line these up like this, I don't really have to use the cover right now. Then I can see where to put my number. Now, it doesn't have to be overlapped. It could be just like this, whatever. I'm going to glue the top part of that. And it is going to be a little on my stocking. I'm basically eyeballing it so that about half the circle will be visible. And now when I glue that and turn it over, 3 will be on there. And I probably should have decorated this side before putting the number on, but oh well. Okay, so now we have this. I need to flip that up. And I am looking at these, and I'm loving what I'm seeing with these. And let's get some of that on here. And I have a thought. Okay, I'm going to cut it right here. And here is why. Now I'm going to go ahead and mount it down here and recut those bottom 2 holes. But I want to round these 2 bottom corners again. I love these strips, and I decided why not have another pocket right there. So let's get that hole punched right now. And I'm going to turn this into a pocket. Now you distress your edges if you feel comfortable with it. And it just occurred to me just to go ahead. and add a thumb notch there, even though I've already gotten this far. There we go. Now we can kind of see really well that that is an additional pocket. So we have a pocket here in the front, and we have a pocket right there. Very cute. And how about something small here? I like preserving the look of those stamps right there. Feel free to get your trims out. I think those would be a good addition on our projects. Adorable. There you go. So we have, let's get our cover back out. Okay, we have the cover. We have day 1 with its pocket, day 2 with a pocket, but keep in mind that day 3, although it does have this little pocket here, this really is the pocket for days 2 and 3 in here. This whole thing is days 2 and 3. And there you have it. Now we've got this going, and we're starting to see all our tabs aligning. So there is a whole playlist for this series that I'm going to give you the link down below, and you will be able to follow along. We don't have a goal for release dates for the videos. We just want to make sure that we have time to get all this done by the end of November. We will get it done, and you will be able to keep up because our pace is very easy. I have links down below to the whole playlist and to this wonderful kit of cardstock and ephemera that you can get to join along. Thank you for crafting with me.